Oh, this week, a multitude of things I've been dealing with.
Start with the guy who's got the court case this week. What happened with him?
Well, at the moment, we have a case going on, which is a revocation, and that came around due to an alleged domestic issue. Domestic issues seem to be the majority of what's coming through at the moment on the advice line when people have had issues with their partners, and then a call's made to the police, and that starts a chain of events. It starts a ball rolling that doesn't stop.
So the point there is that there only needs to be an allegation. It doesn't need to be proven either way. If the police got an allegation on record, then your certificate is in trouble.
Simply an allegation can put your certificate in jeopardy. There are new guidelines, and they have levels of what they consider to be like levels of severity of why they would revoke or refuse the certificate. And domestic or alleged domestic situations are their top priority. So anything concerning a domestic, even if it's just alleged, certificates are being revoked. It can just simply stem from a strong argument. I have another ongoing case at the moment where there's been a verbal altercation between a gentleman and a lady out on the streets, so to speak. She's alleged he has used foul and abusive language, and due to that, his certificate is now under threat.
That was just a passing place thing, wasn't it? That was so he wouldn't reverse into his passing place, and she wouldn't reverse into hers. So it was as simple as that, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's as simple as a verbal altercation.
You've been so good this week. You're actually holding the guy who's going to court on Friday. You're holding his hand, aren't you? And I mean, you can't go and represent him in person, but that's a little bit over and above what you're supposed to do.
I know. Unfortunately, in this case, I have become a bit overzealous, shall we say, with the advice and the hand holding. But this guy has had numerous issues. He's done everything himself from day one. He's had help in the past, and he's been on his own for a couple of months. He's been appointed somebody now at a stage where he's at less than a week now before the hearing. But he's been on his own for a couple of months, and he just felt like he'd been left out in the wilderness till he called us, and he got some help and he got some advice. And I gave him some advice on Friday, and as a result, he's phoned the court. He's got a lot more confidence now. He's said himself last night, he's getting emotional. It's got to that stage because it's such an important thing to him. He's so passionate about getting his certificates back because it would mean so much to him, so he can begin a life again for himself and his family.
Do you reckon that domestics are going to be the theme in the short term? That this is mostly what's going to be coming through on the FAB line.
I think it will be, especially in light of the new partner surveys that are being conducted and the questions that are being asked. I think we may see an increase and a rise, and certificate holders are going to have to be careful. I think Ian Jensen gave some good advice, was it at the Stalking show, when he said anything whatsoever, if you've had any sort of argument or you're worried, to get your guns into storage with a registered firearms dealer, which would be the initial thing. So if anybody's got any inkling that they may get a visit, things may escalate if they do that. And then secondly, give us a call so we can talk the situation through and move forward.